What if I told you some of the world's biggest startup ideas are already written down, just waiting for someone like you to build them? Y Combinator, the legendary startup accelerator behind Airbnb, Dropbox, and Stripe, has released their request for startups, a public list of ideas they believe the world needs right now. If you're stuck looking for your next big startup idea, this video might just change everything. Let's break down the most exciting problems Y Combinator wants you to solve and how you can be the one to solve them. First up on the list, full stack AI companies. But what does that actually mean? Here's Jared from Y Combinator breaking it down.
At YC, we would like to fund more founders working on full stack AI companies. What is a full stack AI company, you ask? Let me explain. Suppose you believe that LLMs are now able to automate a lot of legal work. There's two things you might do with that insight. You could build an AI agent and sell it to law firms. That's what most people do. Or you could start your own law firm, staff it with AI agents, and compete with the existing law firms. And that, my friends, is going full stack. You could do this for any industry, especially one dominated by slow-moving incumbents. Instead of selling to the dinosaurs, you could simply beat them. If you're ambitious enough to work on an idea like this, we'd love to work with you.
Next up, Aaron from YC explains why more designers should be founders.
Over the next decade, as new coding tools make it easier than ever to build and ship products quickly, great design is going to matter even more. Especially as many designers are worried about AI replacing their jobs, the real opportunity is for designers to use AI themselves to launch their own products and build their own companies. The design job of the future will be founder. Designers already have so many of the skills needed to be great. Strong user empathy, a focus on solving problems, a high bar for quality, and taste. These are a must for every founding team. That's why it's no accident that some of the biggest YC companies like Airbnb and Stripe are known for their exceptional design. So we'd love to see more designers take the leap and start companies, and hope to fund teams with strong design and taste embedded in their core from the earliest days.
Phone calls haven't changed in 100 years until now. Voice AI is finally ready to take over.
Humans interact with businesses in many ways, but there's one way that hasn't changed much in almost 100 years. That's phone calls. You probably have experienced long wait times, voice trees, pressing star, pressing pound. In the end, we always want to talk to the human agent because the alternatives are just not that great. But the new voice models and conversational LLMs are now incredibly good. And startups who take advantage of them are now making voice AI bots that are indistinguishable from humans. It's pretty amazing, and the unlock was the quality of these models. Today, over 1 trillion calls are made between businesses and customers. What we'd like to do at YC is to peek into the future, and talking to a voice AI bot feels like experiencing the future, similar to how I felt to ride in an autonomous car for the first time. It just works.
Next up, AI for science. Science tools are outdated. AI is here to upgrade them.
A lot of the software tools used for scientific applications in chemistry, biology, or material science or operations research haven't changed much in decades. These rely on standard methods along PhDs to solve complex problems in drug discovery, chemical processing, metals and mining, or power grid optimization. In particular, test-time compute is unlocking new types of startups that can solve these scientific problems, which was not possible before. We'd love to see more startups get created that use AI to transform how physical things are made faster. If you're working on something like this, we'd love to hear from you.
To-do lists are dead. AI can finally get things done for you.
Despite decades of productivity apps, emails still pile up, calendars get full, and tasks remain undone. Even the best organizational tools only help us keep track of what needs to get done. They don't actually do it. With recent advances in LLMs, we now have the potential to go from a to-do list to a done list. I'd love to work with startups building the next generation of AI personal assistants, an LLM-powered system that deeply understands your work, routines, and communication history. Imagine an AI that has perfect memory of your personal correspondence, projects, scheduling preferences, and can even take action on your behalf. Think of an assistant that knows how you typically respond to certain kinds of emails and can draft those responses for you, or even send them with your approval. It understands which meetings you usually accept and which you decline, and can auto-schedule your week in a way that optimizes your productivity and minimizes travel. It keeps track of tasks you've completed in the past and how you approach new ones, so it can handle recurring processes without your constant input. This is more than just filtering messages or auto-filling your calendar. I want to see a system that truly does the tasks a human personal assistant or chief of staff might otherwise do, allowing you to focus on the work that matters most. So if you want to build the next generation of AI assistant, I'd love to speak with you.
Healthcare burns billions on paperwork. AI can fix that.
The US healthcare system is over 17% of GDP, or over $4 trillion. There are some estimates that 1/3 of that, or $1 trillion a year, is spent just on administrative tasks. We have one of the best healthcare systems in the world, but sadly, much of the spending is on administration that exists simply because healthcare systems are not interoperable or don't have APIs. In the last 2 years, there's an entire set of new startups building infrastructure to extract data from one healthcare system to another, organize it, and allow it to be entered into a new system. This is infrastructure for other startups to solve this inefficiency.
The future of learning is here. AI teaches, adapts, and explains.
The idea of using computers to help people learn things has been a dream of computer scientists going back to the 1960s with J.C.R. Licklider's famous man-computer symbiosis paper. The holy grail has been to create a personalized learning experience for everyone, but in practice, that's been really hard to build. Most online education products deliver basically the same content to everyone who signs up for a course. But today, with AI, we think it's finally possible to build a truly personal tutor for everyone with a laptop and internet connection. The latest reasoning capabilities let models break down complex topics step by step in a way that should help them explain even the most complicated topics in a straightforward way to humans. With the latest foundation models being multimodal, they can now present these concepts by generating animations, manipulating 3D objects, and explaining concepts with voice. We've already seen how effective beautiful visualizations and animations can be in making it easy to understand complex ideas, like how Grant Sanderson has done with his 3 Blue 1 Brown YouTube video series. Now imagine having that same quality of explanation available for every topic, personalized to each learner's needs with an interactive AI tutor. This could really change the world. So if you're working on using AI to create personalized learning tools for any topic, we'd love to hear from you.
Robotics is on the brink of its ChatGPT moment, and AI is the key.
Robotics hasn't had its ChatGPT moment yet, but we think it is almost here. Everyone has known that robots are the future, but that proved elusive because previous generations of robots were expensive, brittle, and only worked in controlled conditions. With the rapid improvements in foundation models, it is finally possible to make robots that have human-level perception and judgment. That has been the missing piece. While consumer use case feature heavily in science fiction, some of the overlooked and most immediately addressable applications for robots are B2B. Specifically, we think promising areas are industrial use cases like Gecko Robotics, which builds inspection robots, and farm use cases like Bear Flag Robotics, which builds autonomous tractors and was acquired by John Deere. We're interested in funding people building software tools to help others make robots. If you're bullish that robots are about to have their ChatGPT moment, we'd love to hear from you.
Home security is stuck in the past. AI can unlock the future.
Consumers spend $20 billion every year on home security. And the biggest players are legacy companies whose features haven't changed in decades. Meanwhile, AI is taking the world of commercial security by storm. Companies like Verkada, Lumana are showing just how powerful AI can be. In commercial buildings, doors are unlocked with facial recognition. Video cameras detect suspicious behavior and send push notifications to the building managers. Virtual AI guards will even come on loudspeakers and scare away criminals, preventing crime before it even happens. Ring was acquired for $1 billion for making video doorbells and magnetic door sensors. Imagine how big the opportunity is for the company that uses AI to make people feel actually safe in their homes.
AI agents are the future of work, and someone needs to build these tools.
Soon, all companies will have one thing in common. Every employee will build their own agents to automate the repetitive parts of their jobs. We'd like to fund founders working on the infrastructure they'll use to do that. Internal agent builders. An internal agent builder is a tool that I can use to create an agent to handle mundane tasks I don't like doing. This infrastructure will need to access every other piece of software I use in my day-to-day. It'll need to manage permissions and send sensitive data securely to the latest generation of LLMs. We've built a version of this at YC, and we're already using it to reduce the time we spend on everything from reviewing term sheets to repetitive accounting workflows. It frees us from the mundane so that we can spend more time on the tasks that we humans are uniquely good at. In my case, that's working with founders. If you're interested in building the foundational infrastructure for AI native companies, we'd love to hear from you.
Research labs like OpenAI changed the world. Now yours could be next.
At YC, we want to fund more AI research labs. Many people don't realize this, but YC was the first investor in OpenAI. In fact, OpenAI began life as YC Research, our in-house research lab. OpenAI pioneered the concept of independent AI research labs, and we have had a front row seat to the entire journey. While OpenAI is doing incredible work, there are many unsolved problems in AI and still plenty of opportunity for new research labs. Sometimes people think that to do YC, you have to be able to ship a product in 3 months. But actually, we're excited to back deep, open-ended research that may take years to commercialize, just like OpenAI did. So if you're interested in working on something like this, we'd love to hear from you.
Voice AI is ready, and the email might be the perfect place to start.
I want to meet teams who can help me process my inbox with just my voice. You see, every day I drive to work for 20 minutes, and every day I wish I could be using that time to triage my emails, or draft replies, or delegate scheduling. What if we could all arrive at work each day already at inbox 0? If you've already used things like Vappy, Retail, or even ChatGPT Advanced Voice Mode, you know how good these voice agents are today. The use cases are far bigger than just driving. I know firsthand. It took me experiencing nerve damage in my arms to realize how much we still rely on keyboards for even the most basic tasks. And email just might be the perfect starting place to building the most useful all-purpose assistant. Anyone with access to my inbox instantly knows my friends, my plans, my writing style, and so much more. If you're an ambitious team interested in working on this, I'm interested in working with you.
Personal finance advice is broken. LLMs like ChatGPT can make it smart, cheaper, and personal.
Most humans are not rational about their finances. Questions like, how much should I save for the future? Where should I invest my money to take the right risk for me? And how should I think about debt and taxes? How you answer these questions today will impact your freedom to do the things you want in the future. Until today, the way to answer these questions have been asking friends, Googling, sometimes hiring a financial advisor, or maybe even asking your bank. These options aren't great. They're filled with bias. They don't have the full picture of your financial situation and your goals. Hiring a great financial advisor is great, but they're very expensive. With LLMs, there's a unique opportunity to build software that gives every person access to personal finance, investment, and tax advice at near zero cost. They would use APIs to access your complete financial situation and give complete personal unbiased advice. If this is something you're thinking about building, you should consider applying to the YC Summer Batch.